What's up guys, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another review. Today we have the Sigma 56mm f1.4 DCDN prime lens. This lens comes in a Sony E mount, a Canon EF-M mount, a micro four thirds, and an L mount. This lens is part of a trio, the other two being a 16mm and a 30mm, and all three of these lenses have a maximum aperture of f1.4. You can go check out my review of the 30mm version here. As for the 56mm, the lens construction is 10 elements in 6 groups. Its angle of view in the EF mount is 26.9 inches. It has 9 diaphragm blades, a minimum aperture of f16, and a maximum magnification ratio of 1 to 7.4. The filter size is 55mm, and it weighs in at about 10 ounces. Manual focusing is a breeze with a super premium feeling focus ring, and the autofocus is near silent. The brass mounting ring is super rugged and has no shake whatsoever when it's attached to my camera body, and the same can be said about the filter mount on the front. I never find myself having trouble screwing a filter on or taking it off. Like the 30mm, the all metal and glass design give this lens some weight. It feels like a lens that will withstand the test of time, unlike some of Canon's cheaper plastic offerings for this same sensor. As for day-to-day usage, this is the second prime lens that I've bought for the Canon M50, the first being the 30mm. And whereas the 30mm is more of a workhorse lens, an all-arounder if you will, the 56mm is what I put on my camera when I want to get that cinematic look. If I know I'm doing a portrait or a hard close-up of an object, this is the lens I turn to. With photo and video, I find no lack of sharpness or detail with this lens, especially if the subject is well lit. I'm also constantly surprised by how nice the colors and the bokeh are for an entry-level prime lens with an entry-level camera body. As I said in the review of the 30mm, that's the lens that I bought in the beginning because it's the middle of the road as far as this trio is concerned, and I stand by that decision. So I don't know if the 56mm is the first lens that I would go for as an aftermarket lens for the M50. The truth is that it's a toss-up. The 30mm and the 56mm both perform so well that most of the time I don't really care which one of them is on my camera. I know that I'm going to get decent shots out of either of these lenses. This is of course the opinion of somebody who's only been shooting photos and videos for about a year, but I can say pretty confidently that you couldn't make a better choice than one of these lenses as your second lens for the M50, especially if you're a beginner. And don't get me wrong, obviously if you want to take photos of birds that are hundreds of yards away, this isn't the lens for you. But if you're a YouTuber or a hobbyist photographer, this is the way to go. This thing just shreds as far as video is concerned. Every single time I look at the viewfinder, I'm just amazed by the quality. And even on a piss poor little sensor like the M50s, it does all right in low light conditions. I mean, it's not mind-blowing or anything, but I can use some of the photos if I take it to the boardwalk or I take some shots in my room without all the lights jacked. But anyway, that's all I got about this lens, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.